If everyone you care about is doing good, then it's a good day. They're alive, they're healthy, they're around, you have good relationships with them, it's going to be a good day. I'm Dr. Jackson with Day by Day Media, and this is my daily vlog where I document the process of being my aid to Day by Day Media. And today was a pretty eventful day. I went and did some, I went to do some planning for my next set of goals for the quarter. So kind of breaking that down, going to ChatGPT and just seeing like, hey, if I want to do this much money, what do I have to do? And then like just understanding that I have to be a different person doing the next set of things that I have to get done. So I have to do more things than I used to doing. And being like, okay, like you got to try this out and just fail at this to get to that next point, you know? There's so many thoughts, patterns, and actions that you do all the time that you're like, it's comfortable to do these things, so you just keep doing them. And you guys are really ready to lose and be okay with losing in the new thing and be able to try the new thing and keep doing the new thing, you know? So I was really like, all right, cool. If I had to make this much money, how would I get a client that I can afford this much? Then like, what kind of problems does that client have? And how do I find that kind of client? And then really just kind of thinking about that and using ChatGPT to like, so when I use it, I ask it like, this is what I want to do. Can you prompt me on some questions so I can think about this better? So that way, like, I'm still doing all the thinking. Because sometimes I feel like with AI, you let AI think too much and like, it's doing all this stuff for you. But I still have to get the muscle of my actual brain doing the thinking. So like, I asked it to prompt me. And it's like, all right, like, how much do you need this? What skill set do you have? What skill set do you have? What skill set can you be using the best? You know, what things worked before? How do you double down on what you're doing? Along those lines. So it's like a set of questions that I got, but that was a real helpful process. I still have to really go down and do it again and figure out the next part. Then I had another in-person pitch today. And, you know, I sold stuff. To give you a little quick backstory of Day by Day Media, even how everything came from. Day by Day Media started as Day by Day Marketing as a sales team, as me being in a sales team, working at this company called Endeavor Global in San Diego, California. And like you had to make a team name for your team, so it was like a direct marketing job. You like build the team and you do your sales pitch and all that stuff. I talk about a good amount of my content, but you had to make a team, and like I was building my team. I was actually talking to Zane yesterday. Zane was actually the first person on my team after I called Day by Day Media, or after I called Day by Day Marketing. So like the day before I made the name, he like got into the job and joined my team. I was talking to him yesterday, so it's like it's just full circle that like this moment came up. Anyway, with that process, leaving that job, Day by Day still became Day by Day. It became Day by Day Media within some point when I decided to go more in the media space. And, you know, so many things have evolved since then, so many changes I've made since then. But the crazy thing is that like life is so serendipitous. So I'm pitching someone that I met at a networking event, and I'm showing my testimonial, and she's like, I know that person. I was talking with them yesterday. And I have there's no connection from them to be in the same area-wise, you know, like they wouldn't have known each other from physical location, because neither one of them live. I live here where I'm pitching in person, and the other client or the person that has testimonial lives where they live. So it was like, oh shoot, like it's just crazy, like your reputation follows you everywhere you go. I'm literally showing a testimonial video, and she's like, yeah, like I was talking to her yesterday, like showed me the DMs. I was like, oh, that's like cool. This is great. This is great. Testimonials working better than I thought. Literally talking to someone who already worked with me. And I'm doing it, and I'm like, oh, I don't have a pitch down for this. Like, this is only the second time I've actually pitched my service in person, which is crazy because like my Zoom pitch is better than my in-person pitch, even though my Zoom pitch is still like being worked out. But being like, oh, like, you know, setting it up. I have a presentation set up on Gamma, and like same model as the one I used for my the other one I did. It's like the same thing, put the end slots in, this, and this. I'm like, oh, like I don't talk the same way when I'm pitching versus when I'm just, you know, regularly talking to people. And to remember, like, oh, this is a pitch, this is a different energy. Like, I match their energy, but the thing is different, and I talk differently. Like, if you had a sales job, you would be talking a certain way, and you'd have an onboarding process to do that for your entire sales job. But it's my thing. I don't have a salesperson teaching me everything. Because entrepreneurship is funny, because like you have to figure out so many different things. You know, who has a problem you can solve, how to solve that problem, how to communicate them, how to solve that problem, then how to do it consistently, how to build a team around solving that problem, then how to protect yourself from solving that problem, then how to do it efficiently, as fast as possible, consistently as possible, over and over and over again. And then like, even once you figure out one thing, like let's say, all right, cool, I'm in a great spot, I have to pitch someone that knows someone I'm already putting a testimonial on, knows someone's already worked with me, that gave me a great testimonial. Like, this is a win. But even the pitch, I'm like, oh, I don't really know how to have this structure. Like, I've sold stuff before. I had that sales job, did a whole bunch of sales. I was a personal trainer, did a whole bunch of sales. I can sell things, I know how to sell things, but I haven't like invented the sales process and structure IRL, which is like, even when you got something, you have to learn some other things for the next step of something that you want to get done. Which I can see why people are like, yo, that's crazy, I don't want to do it. Because like, you're literally constantly having to adjust and relearn things, and then relearn things, and then have to learn how to do things to get better than other things. Like, you're constantly like having to adapt and evolve all the time. Because even if everything I did works, and all of a sudden like YouTube disappears as a platform, I have to then take all the skills I have, or people don't use videos anymore and like audio takes over, or people go back to writing stuff. I have to completely change everything I do for that new game and learn all those skills again. So like, it's never really perfect, but you just get better at being able to learn and evolve and pivot, and then just like try to find that next wheel. And I'm just saying that because, bro, like, I'm happy. That's why I had to start the way it is. Like, all the most important things in life are good, and you just gotta put the reps in everything else. And it's just like, figure out the reps to get it in. How many people do I have to contact to get a sale? How many services do I have to pitch to get a good testimonial, to evolve? How many different markets do I have to try out to find one that really fits? It's a win. Like, I'm having fun. I'm having fun. Every time, like, you know, the 1 in 1,000 principle, that's 2 in-person pitches. You know what I'm saying? I already have my template set up. So now it's like, okay, I have to go practice. I have to use ChatGPT to give me an idea of what my pitch should sound like in person, and then drill that 1,000 times. You see what I'm saying? So at least by the time I'm talking to someone in person, I already know I should put this here, this here, this here, this here, this here. So I'm not thinking about what to talk. I'm just thinking about how they're reacting to what I'm doing. And that was the best thing I learned in the sales job. I would say the same pitch, I don't know how many times I say it, because like, you had to at least talk to 40 people a day. So at the minimum. And sometimes I would do more, sometimes big 80, but like, you had to just sit there and talk. And I was pitch, and pitch practicing. So I would talk to people and I'd be like, I wouldn't be thinking about the pitch. I'd just be like watching them the whole time while everything's going on autopilot. And it's just got to get in that point again with everything else that I do, you know? So, one more thing. I also swam yesterday. And similar to the whole pitch thing that I was talking about, because swimming, I like swimming. I'm going to keep using swimming metaphors because it's something that I've learned since December that I could not do before, period. Like, could not swim at all. Now I can go across a body of water in a pool and not touch the bottom, back and forth, no problem. But yesterday I was doing it, and if I don't get into the right place, there's a certain groove I get into when I swim, and I swim it that way the whole time. Like, I can make it across the body of water that time. But if I change one thing, how I breathe, how I move my nose, the cadence of it, even when I move my head, I don't swim the same way anymore. Like, I literally like, which means if I had to put it into words, okay, so when you're trying to figure something out, you might find a principle like or a key thing that like sticks. Let's imagine being letters. So if you had to spell bat, you had to first discover what a B is, then you had to discover what an A is, then you had to discover what a T is, then you had to discover how to put B-A-T together. So you had to make bat like one thing. But it takes a while to find the B, the A, and the T, and then understand what they are and understand how to do them efficiently. That's basically what the fuck I'm doing, or the heck I'm doing, figuring out letters, right? So with the swimming thing and with the pitch thing, like, I know I can sell. But then it's like how to sell in a new medium, with a new product, with the new atmosphere, with the type of person you're dealing with. A lot of different factors go in there. Then it's BAT. But then with the swimming thing, I was like, oh, I was trying to swim differently, even if it was the same one. Like, I didn't even change styles of swimming. I just said, I'm gonna lift my legs a little higher up this time, or I'm gonna move my arms a little bit more out the water, or I'm gonna breathe out my nose more so my nose is not messed up the next day. And that may not be a BAT swimming, that might be like a ATB swimming or like a TAB swimming. So like, even if the components are the same, you mix them up just a little bit, it's a whole new thing for your brain to figure out. People that are really good at something, master level, the highest levels, they can do that same thing, that BAT, ATB, TAB, BBB, AA, TTT, like there's all the different versions of that one thing that they're doing. They can do all of them, and at a high level consistently. And figuring out how to even articulate that right now took me to even understand something new that I didn't know how to do before, and then learn how to put it into words to figure that out. So the metaphor in this all is that you got to figure out, that's what I'm telling myself, because you got to figure out what the thing you can lock on to that's real, and then stack the real things together, and then make that real thing its own new real thing with the combinations. That's why I like the letters thing, because people understand letters. Letters become words. So you gotta lock in a letter, then letters become words. And that video I put out a couple days ago about like this, the insight, motivation, the purpose thing, that was a new word I got from all my actions to make a new letter. That was a new word that I got from my actions of the words I put together for like inspiration from me. And I just want whoever thinks how I think, that probably might have been the biggest gem I could give anyone, because that literally like perfectly explains what this is. Because you gotta learn several letters, several words, probably several different languages of letters and words, and still be able to translate them, connect them, and find new ones each time, and readjust, and constantly just like the matrix of your mind, basically. That's my thoughts for right now. I'm Dom Jackson, Day by Day Media. As always, take it one step at a time and get there, day by day.